Well, I think what's very clear that the IFA wants is minimum disruption to trade. The market to the UK to be retained as close as possible to what we know there at the moment, and the value of the UK market to be retained, and also, very importantly, a strongly, adequately funded cap. Well, it's crucial for Irish farmers because we export 11 billion euros worth of agri-food products in total. Over 4 billion euros worth of that is to the UK market, something in excess of 40%. And even when you break that down further, we have over half of our beef products going into the UK market, 60% of our cheddar cheese and 90% of our mushrooms. So any disruption to trade there will have a very negative effect on Irish farmers and the price that Irish farmers are getting for their produce. Very important for the EU and the UK farmers to ensure that those negotiations end up in a relatively soft Brexit, and that there's minimum increase in tariffs and minimum disruption to trade, because number one, the UK farmer, they're a lot better off going forward, and they're aware of this as well. But they're a lot better off competing with Irish or European farmers for shelf space than they are competing with South American farmers, where the standards of production and the cost of production just aren't as high as they are right across Europe. And I think from a European perspective, European farmers' perspective, if Irish food has to pay a high tariff, or any European food has to pay a high tariff going into the UK that renders it uncompetitive to get into the UK market, well then that food, and we'll just take Irish beef for example, that would mean an extra 250,000 tonnes of Irish beef being displaced from the UK market and going onto the European market, taking up shelf space there and distorting the trade right across Europe. And European farmers are aware of that. If we talk about all the trade within Europe, all the agri-trade within Europe, Irish food equates to about 10% of that. If we can't get a lot of that 10% into the UK, it will have a huge negative effect when it goes onto the European markets.